Hola a todos, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de Tangle Tower. Estamos justo donde lo dejamos. Literalmente he pausado la grabación y la he vuelto a activar ahora. Entonces vamos a seguir. Vale, habíamos dicho que el cuadro no puede asesinar, obviamente, y que no tenemos arma homicida. No existe, no está. Entonces vamos a investigar un poquito.
Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Pero el pincel tiene pintura o sangre. Porque eso es importante. La paleta tiene varias pinturas preparadas en ella. La más grande es una mancha de negro en el medio. El pincel sigue cubierto con pintura roja seca. Es que se mueve.
The outline of Freya fell out. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
O sea que... ¿la apuñalaron de delante?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Una puñalada en el pecho. ¿Cómo vas a tener una puñalada en el pecho si estás a 10 centímetros de un cuadro?
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora fell out.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
¿Puedo pulsar cositas? No. Esto, espérate. Vale. Puedo hacer cosas. Pues me voy a... ¿cuál? No. Bueno, más para acá. ¿Puedo mirar algo aquí? No puedo mirar nada aquí. Vale. Gramófono.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Bueno. Pero por todo el gramófono. Reproduce cintas de cassette en lugar de discos de vinilo. Apunta hacia el centro de la habitación. Presenta una gran grieta visible a todo lo largo desde la bocina hasta la pletina para las cintas. Tiene una rosita. Vale. Supongo que no puedo ponerla, ¿no? Junto, porque está dañado.
Yeah, it sure is. Ink.
Ah, tiene una cinta, vale, es verdad. Para Freya. Vale.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
Probar, obviamente. ¿Puedo probar esto?
Weird.
Es una... sigue cantando. De noche, parece.
It's someone humming a tune.
Es una grabación de alguien caminando al aire libre. Al aire libre se oye un tatareo distorsionado. Por si acaso, ¿sabes? No, nada. ¿Y esto qué es? Una aspiradora. Ah, no. Vale.
It's piano music.
Es una grabación de música de piano. Suena un poco y se detiene. Bueno, suena un poco. Vale. Pues nada. No voy a tocar el huevo porque maldito sea el huevo, la verdad.
Flora... fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
A ver, si le estaba pintando el cuadro, seguramente sí.
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure.
No habla.
She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
¿De esto he hablado ya?
Flora,
Sí. Ay,
fellow?
quita, ya he hablado de esto. Vale, sobre ti.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Freya was
Ayer.
painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried. Flora, you were
Declaración.
definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something?
Se supone.
Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya?
Se murió. Jaja.
She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Mujer de pocas palabras. Vale, aquí me falta algo. ¿Te puedo enseñar cosas?
Anything we should know? Any hobbies?
Ah.
Besides staring out the window?
Es un buen hobby, honestamente.
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related?
Bueno, eso lo tenemos abajo.
Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
No sé. A mí me da la impresión de que... ¡Ay, te tengo que preguntar todo esto! La cinta, ¿sabiste tú? No, dice...
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
Yo le voy a preguntar
Did you
todo,
ask
aunque
Freya
no
to paint
hable.
this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Me encanta el pelo. ¿Parece una fregona? Sí. ¿Me deja de gustar? No. Supone que me tenga que estar fijando en... ¿Qué hace con el cuello según le enseño las cosas? Porque no me estoy fijando en nada. ¿Me hablas de la torre en la que vives? No, tampoco. Vale. Ha sido un placer hablar contigo. El huevo.
Is
Vamos a
that
tocar
an
el huevo.
egg? An egg
Sí.
with bird feet.
Y dorado y
It's
con
also
piedritas.
covered in gemstones.
Un
What a
pedazo de
completely
huevo.
ordinary object.
Venga, vamos con el huevo.
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Intercambia las posiciones de las gemas, gira el huevo para ver una pista en la parte posterior. Vale, a ver, las formas. Largo, escalera... Se me apaga el ordenador. Largo, escalera. Largo, escalera... Es esto. Entonces va esto. Vale, esto va aquí. Y ahí va... Uno de estos. Va este aquí. Por favor, amigo, gracias. Ahora, este que tiene así la curva, cuadradito normal. Vale, cuadradito normal. Y estrella rara. Aquí. Vale. A ver, que parece como un cuadrado este de aquí. En la parte más corta, estrellita. Es este de aquí. Y en la otra es esto de aquí. Vale, luego hay... Los dos estos van conectados por una línea. Que no encuentro. Vale, tiene más la pinta de que esto de aquí es esto de aquí, ¿verdad? Vamos a probarlo. Tampoco creo que pase mucho por probarlo. Vale. Luego se le hace pa. Vale, en la parte recta es un cuadrado. Y en la otra parte un círculo y luego un círculo que se une por una curva. Aquí. ¿Ya? ¿Sí? ¿No?
It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones.
A ver, me falta algo seguro. Eso está. Esto de aquí.
It's some kind
Ya,
of clue
sí.
about where...
Estos dos. La parte más corta es esta. Ahora, estos que es largo y 1, 2, largo, es largo, 1, 2 y largo. ¿Son esos? Sí, son esos. Luego esto que hace pam, como una curvita que no es curva. También está. Luego la curva que sí es una curva. El lado más corto es esta. ¿Verdad? Sí. Vale. Luego esta está bien. Le voy a dar.
That's the one.
Hey, not bad.
Ah, que ya está. Bien. Voy a colocarme esto que se me ha ido mientras
Did it unlock? What's in
que
there?
hay absolutamente nada, ¿verdad? Venga.
Nothing.
Maravilloso.
Nothing.
Yo cuando
Well,
estudiaba.
I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg's a clue, right?
Un huevo vacío significa que una vez no lo estuvo. Puede ser. Huevo vacío. Una vez desbloqueado el huevo se puede abrir, pero está vacío. El forro del huevo es de un material suave parecido al terciopelo. El huevo se sostiene sobre un soporte hecho de latón. Descansa sobre 3 extrañas patas con garras afiladas. Vale. Puedo hacer, yo qué sé, tipo hola, huevo, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? No. Vale. ¿Te puedo preguntar sobre el huevo? ¿O es entrometerme mucho en tu
Flora,
vida personal?
this is your egg?
¿Lo has
Why do you
puesto
keep it
tú?
locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
Vale. Y el techo hay un
We're
ojo.
at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing. Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
Yo creo que lo hemos mirado todo
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also
de forma
on the
convencional.
floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
Vale. Quiero mirar qué parentesco tiene esta tía con Freya. Entonces, espérate. Esta tía se llama Flora. Flora.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Vale, vamos a mirarlo porque quiero saber. Flora, ¿dónde estás? ¿Se está moviendo solo? Es que de repente me he rayado. ¿Se está moviendo solo? Sí, vale, he dicho. Me muero. Vale, Flora Remington y Freya Fellow. Estáis relacionadas por la gracia de Dios. Es que no... Porque aquí no hay. No, aquí sí. Y esto es de paria este. Estáis relacionados por este señor de aquí.
Felix Fellow. Looks like he married his way into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here?
Ah, se casaron. Tuvieron una Fiona. Bueno. Ay, no quería
It's
darle
not
ahí.
done with this.
Vale. ¿Puedo ir aquí? Sí, puedo ir ahí. Vale. Plaza de piedra. A ver,
A
el
little bridge
puentecito.
leading back to the gardens.
Aquí el agua está un poquito rara.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
¿Por qué tienen tantos animalitos de
It's
piedra?
a sea serpent, turned into stone by a wizard.
Ah, if you say so. What happened to its head?
¿Se la
Beheaded
cortaron?
by the same wizard.
¿Qué es esto?
A giant glowing gemstone full of plants.
Un invernadero.
AKA a greenhouse.
AKA. Ah, vale, esto es la entrada.
It's Tangle Tower, or at least it's the mansion at the base of Tangle Tower.
Vale.
It's a
¿Esto?
big stone dais.
Biggest one I've ever seen. First one too.
You
Porque
ever
esta
see a
seta
mushroom
es tan
that
grande.
big before?
Claro.
Not in real life.
El agüita.
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest first one too.
Vale. ¿Esto?
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest first one too.
Nada. Vale. Vamos a hablar con usted.
Wow. Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
¿Y a ti qué te pasa en el
and this is my
cuello?
sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective.
Gracias, sí. Cada vez
This
que
is a
sale en
joke, it's
pantalla.
not a good one.
Who are you anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client.
¿Y quién es tu
Clearly, this is
cliente?
something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Bueno, te voy a aquí a entrevistar un poquito.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal
¿Por qué te
details.
interesa el puesto
Even
de
if you're one
trabajo?
of the suspects in a murder?
Es que tú
Very
desde
well.
cuándo estás aquí.
Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are
Gracias.
you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
Sally.
You really think so?
A ver, podéis dejar de ligar para otro momento, gracias. De verdad que solo tengo una pregunta más. Porque sé si te pregunto sobre
You
el caso.
truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no
La
system.
verdad es que parece un poco un
That's
collage de
my
los que hacía yo
style.
en
I
plástica.
like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
Bueno, pues te voy a preguntar
As
sobre
it
ayer.
happens, I completed an
Claro, porque tú
examination of
estabas.
Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite. Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful? Mournful? I cannot say.
Si no comento es porque literalmente no me estoy enterando de nada, entonces estoy intentando concentrarme.
314 cases solved.
Enhorabuena.
114. Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
A lo mejor estudia.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, detective.
Bueno,
Tangle
torrecita.
Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a
bueno,
mansion.
esto es un poco una torre.
Searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
Bueno, esto no se trata de
He
creencias.
wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm
Sí.
afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything
Pues
like that.
vaya.
I was disappointed too.
La cinta, seguro
Where'd
que
you
no
dig
sabes
that
nada.
up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
O sea, que esto antes estaba enterrado y luego alguien lo desenterró y lo tiró a la fuente. No tiene sentido.
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no, then.
¿Tú lo has hecho?
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
No.
No te
Makes quite
pases.
an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
Es que te crees todo lo que te
A
dicen.
somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
Vale, en la habitación de Freya ayer. Entonces, la brecha, esta la hizo o ayer por la noche u hoy. Pero la mataron ayer. Entonces el gramófono se rompió ayer. No, hoy. Vale,
You've
se rompió
got
hoy
it
o ayer
open.
por la noche.
I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
O sea, quiere algo que quizá Flora tenga escondido. Vale, ha sido un placer hablar contigo. Te llamaré Hawkeye porque no me voy a aprender su nombre. ¿Esto qué es? ¿Un reloj?
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
¿Me va a dejar examinarlo?
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Gira los discos hasta que las 4 manecillas estén en la posición correcta. El reloj de mi cuarto ha hecho pum pum. ¿Esto es un 12? ¿Ya está? No. ¿Sí? 39, 12, 9?
No.
No.
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction. It's like cogs on a machine.
Pero ¿cuál es la posición correcta? Bueno, lo voy a dejar.
I'll do this later.
Porque yo supongo que no puedo hacerlo porque me falta algo. O sea, no tengo números. ¿Cómo voy a saber en qué posición ponerlo? Según mi lógica. Que tampoco es mucha, pero...
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
El IKEA a tope. Vale. De aquí ya está todo. Pues vamos a completar la parte de abajo. Vale, el invernadero. Joder, el mal rollo que da ese pavo. Bueno, vamos a dejarlo por aquí, porque ya llevamos como 25 minutos o por ahí. Espero que os haya gustado. Si os ha gustado, manita arriba. Suscribiros, comentad, haced lo que queráis. Y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Adiós.